New York Times reports that Columbia admin is warning international students to avoid publishing work on Gaza and purge their social media mentions of Mahmoud Khalil. Dean of the journalism school openly said, "We cannot protect you from abduction by ICE. How is this still business as usual?" Days after immigration officers arrested a prominent pro-Palestinian campus activist, administrators of Columbia University gathered students and faculty from the journalism school and issued a warning. Students who are not U.S. citizens should avoid publishing work on Gaza, Ukraine, and protests related to their former classmates' arrest, urged Stuart Carl, a First Amendment lawyer and adjunct professor. With about 2 months to go before graduation, their academic accomplishments, or even their freedom, could be at risk if they attracted the ire of the Trump administration. If you have a social media page, make sure it is not filled with commentary on the Middle East, he told the gathering at Pulitzer Hall. At Pulitzer Hall. Pulitzer Hall. I'm going to repeat that. They're gathering at Pulitzer Hall, the journalism students at Columbia at Pulitzer Hall, to tell them, hey, don't do any journalism on issues that might piss off the administration. At Pulitzer Hall. Super cool stuff. Anyway, when a Palestinian student objected, the journalism school's dean, Jelani Cobb, was more direct about the school's inability to defend international students from federal prosecution. Nobody can protect you, Mr. Cobb said. These are dangerous times. What good is it that you are a school if you are not going to forcibly purge ICE from your campus? If you're not going to go to New York State to say, we do not want ICE on our campuses, they are not allowed to come here. Like, what good are you doing as a school? Imagine paying like $250,000 to $400,000 to go to this goddamn school, and the school's like, sorry, you're going to get deported if you do journalism about things that Trump cares about. Notice how they're not just saying Gaza, by the way. They're not just saying Gaza. If you do journalism about Ukraine and the protests related to their former classmates' arrest, you can't even talk shit about Trump's handling of Ukraine because you still might get deported. You might as well say you're complying with the administration. What a ridiculous, what a crock of shit, dude. What a gross violations. What a gross violation of human rights and all norms is crazy. Yale suspends scholar after AI-powered news site accuses her of terrorist link. Wait, what? I read that and it didn't even register. Yale suspends scholar after AI-powered news site accuses her of terrorist link. The deputy director of a liberal project at Yale Law School was put on leave over allegations that she is linked to Samidon, a group that the U.S. government says has funded terrorists. Helie Dotagi, a scholar in international law, began a new job in 2023 as a deputy director of a project at Yale Law School. As an activist who has championed pro-Palestinian cause in both published papers and public appearances, Dr. Dotagi seemed to fit into the left-leaning mission of the Law and Political Economy Project, which promoted itself as working for economic, racial, and gender equality. Last week, though, she was abruptly barred from Yale campus in New Haven and placed on administrative leave. She was told not to advertise her affiliation with the university, where she has also served as an associate research scholar. What? Yale officials cited the reason as allegations that she was tied to entities subject to U.S. sanctions. It was an apparent reference to Samidun, a pro-Palestinian group placed on U.S. sanctions list last year after the Treasury Department designated as a sham charity raising money for a terrorist organization, the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. Samidun, by the way, is only a part of the Treasury Department's designation as a sham charity because, for the record, like, I don't even know about her links to Samidun, but the only reason why it's considered a terrorist entity or a pro-terrorist entity is because Israel decided it was a pro-terrorist entity. Samidun, whose information I have relied on in the past, right here, by the way, you can see it, is the Palestinian Prisoner Solidarity Network. It is a prisoner solidarity organization. Do you want to know why the Treasury Department designated it as a terrorist organization? The world decided they're terrorists. No, it was initially Israel that decided it was a terrorist organization. Now, this person isn't even, I don't know if they're actually linked to the, I don't know if they're actually directly linked to Samidun. And make no mistake, I do not care if they're affiliated with the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. I do not care about that even one bit. The real reason why the Israeli government came after them is specifically because since 2021, Israel has listed it as a foreign terrorist entity and pressured the American government to also do so. The reason why Israel has designated them as a foreign terrorist or as a terrorist entity is because they actually played a role alongside other Palestinian prisoner solidarity networks in exposing heinous crimes that Palestinians were subjected to under Israeli military detention. That is the reason. The decision came 3 days after a news site, powered at least in part by artificial intelligence, published a story about Dr. Doutagi's connections to the group. The news site called her a member of a terrorist group. Dude, I'm sorry. Let me tell you something. I think a lot of this stuff is escalating because Israel is spending more money on tarring and feathering virtually anyone that has ever even been tangentially critical of Israel. The sole purpose of this is to stop people from criticizing Israel completely. They know that the public opinion is the lowest it has ever been in the 76 years of Israeli history. Okay, whoa, Alex Jones, though. Yeah, call me Alex Jones of the left if you want, even though the Israeli government itself said that they have to do this and that they're spending more money doing this. Also, let me explain something to you. It's not a stretch to make this assertion when Israelis themselves, like the Israeli Knesset itself, does not hide it. They're very open. Yeah, here it is. From the Jewish News of Northern California, Israel has spent millions trying to win hearts and minds abroad. It's about to spend 20 times more. The Israeli government plans to offset wartime spending and an economic slowdown with tax hikes and deep cuts to public services. Nice. Austerity, baby. Let's go. That certainly won't cause people to leave Israel. That'll keep them there for sure. But the proposed budget for 2025 also includes a massive new allocation towards pro-Israel advocacy efforts abroad. Under the new budget, Israel's foreign ministry will receive $150 million on top of what it gets for its existing activities for what is officially known as public diplomacy, or in Hebrew, hasbara. Oh no, the horror. I thought Ethan Klein decided that this was a slur. I thought Ethan Klein decided that the thing that the Israeli government actively says it's doing, using the term that the Israeli government uses, the Hebrew term, that I thought was a slur now. Oh no, ban incoming. Why are they saying slurs? He thinks it's a slur only if you use it. Oh, it's a slur when I use it. Okay, he said hasbara means lying Jew, lamafal. Once again, my mistake. I didn't realize I was in the presence of Mr. I'm the one who dictates how you protest against the genocidal apartheid settler colonial enterprise. I didn't realize I was in the wrong again. Dude. That sum is more than 20 times what such efforts have typically been allotted in the past years. The dramatic expenditure is a result of the political deal that the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu struck last month to shore up his governing coalition. Yeah, anyway, so there you have it. No, I heard that. What do you mean, no, he didn't? I literally watched him say it. What are you talking about? In an interview, Dr. Doutagi, 30, called herself a loud and proud supporter of Palestinian rights. I'm a scholar, she said, adding, I'm not a member of any organization that would constitute a violation of U.S. law. The swift action against Dr. Doutagi illustrates the tightrope American universities are walking. Last week, after being named on a list of schools accused of tolerating anti-Semitism, on Monday, the Trump administration announced Yale was among 60 schools that could face funding cuts if federal investigations show evidence that they've permitted anti-Semitic behavior.
These people are sick. They don't know what's happening in the real world. The Democrats have to get their act together. And if they don't vote, then what you're going to do is you're going to have taxes that are going to go through the roof. You're going to have a very bad time. You're going to have some very bad things happen. And people are going to blame the Democrats. And Schumer is a Palestinian, as far as I'm concerned. You know, he's become a Palestinian. He used to be Jewish. He's not Jewish anymore. He's a Palestinian. Okay.
There's been a lot of on and off, some inconsistency.
There's no inconsistency, only with NBC, which is one of the worst networks on television, by the way. Let me just tell you the inconsistency.
Okay, let me tell you something, okay? The reason why the ADL is not making a statement about that is because they agree with Donald Trump. They too like using Palestinian as a pejorative, and they also think that Chuck Schumer is not harsh enough. My bad. A president has many powers, but none of them include deciding who is and isn't Jewish. Doing so and using Palestinian as a slur are both beneath any POTUS. Instead of weaponizing people's identity, use the power of the bully pulpit to bring the American people back together. You were doing so great yesterday when you were trying to deport Mahmoud. Now you're calling Chuck Schumer a Palestinian. Softest condemnation of all time. Oh, yeah, it's not serious. Nobody gives a what ADL has to say, bro. I'm sorry. I really hope that Trump catches wind of the ADL getting mad at him and then gets mad back at the ADL and then starts calling them Palestinians too. That'd be sick. I'm just imagining a world where Trump and the ADL are duking it out. Oh, that'd be so funny. I mean, nothing would come of that, obviously. ADL itself is no longer like an institution with any sort of teeth. Like, they've completely lost their sauce, right? Having said that, it would be sick if they fought. Why would the ADL push back? Are they trying to save their PR? Yeah. They want to come across like a legitimate institution, because if a lot of normies basically lost confidence in the ADL, they just like kind of dropped ADL in its entirety. And the reason why they did is because the Sig Heil salute. Like, when the ADL defended Elon Musk, very clearly hitting the Sig Heil, I think that was a big point for a lot of normies to be like, okay, I'm done. Like, normies that don't normally pay attention, they're like, dude, come on. You are not a serious, reputable institution. And I think that is the reason why they have to like turn around and now kind of play ass covering to the best of their ability to be like, no, we still care about anti-Semitism in moments like this.